My name is Meredith Hartley, and I'm an assistant professor at the University of Kansas. I just started my lab in January of 2020, so we're quite a young lab, and I want to say that I'm really grateful to the ATA for funding my research grant. The research grant is focused on a long-standing interest of mine, which focuses on the interaction between thyroid hormone and neurological disease. I'm particularly interested in multiple sclerosis, which is a disease caused by inflammatory damage to the myelin sheath. Myelin is an insulating substance in our brains that surrounds our neurons. This is really critical for the speed and efficiency with which signals are sent from neuron to neuron, and it also provides critical protection. So in diseases like MS, when we experience damage to myelin, this makes our neurons much more vulnerable to damage and ultimately can lead to neuronal cell death. So what you may not know about myelin is that thyroid hormone is actually responsible for regulating the cells that form myelin. And we know a lot about how this happens during development. So when our brains myelinate for the first time, which is right around the time of birth through childhood, and thyroid hormone is responsible for a lot of those cellular processes. However, what we don't know as much about, is how thyroid hormone status interacts with these cells in adults during myelin damage and disease. And so the goal of my research project is to better understand this using an animal model of neurological disease and to investigate how thyroid hormone status interacts with these cells in the context of myelin damage. The long-term goal of this research is to really reveal how potentially we could use thyroid hormone action as a therapeutic strategy for treating diseases that are affected by myelin damage, which includes multiple sclerosis as well as a number of other diseases. So hopefully with the experiments funded by this grant, we will generate a solid set of data that will enable a competitive grant application to the National Institutes of Health. Grants like this from the ATA are really critical for early stage investigators like myself. And I'm really looking forward to doing this project, and I'm particularly looking forward to sharing the data that we generate at a future ATA meeting. So thank you very much for helping fund our lab.